Hello, welcome to Artsy Partswork, where we do art together. It's IFS, Internal Family Systems, peer support. And how am I peer supporting you? Or how are we supporting each other? We are supporting each other by being together and doing some art together. Art is self-care and parts work. Oh shoot, let's see. Second, trying to get it closer. That may or may not be helpful. Probably should have left it how it was. Okay, we're gonna go with that. See if got my painting of the spine here. And I invite you to get your artwork, whatever it is that you like to do, and bring it to the space and we can craft together. And I usually chat and mumble and channel messages from the art or listen to messages from the art, or I contemplate dream messages that I've received and try and figure out what my internal parts are trying to get me to notice in my dreams. This is kind of our time to listen, go inward and listen, which is usually harder when I'm doing videos like this because I do a little bit more talking than when I'm just painting by myself and painting with my internal parts. But just for the sake of modeling and practicing and peer support, we're going to do it together. So I know you can't see the close-up of my painting very well. You can't see the spots, but it doesn't really matter. This is not me, teaching you how to paint. This is just me using art to connect with my right brain, to activate my right brain functioning, which helps me to see a different perspective, a more creative perspective, a more big picture view of the world. And actually, to be honest, today I am forcing myself to do art. I don't feel like it, and I've been putting it off all week um, because I have been so task oriented. I've got a new job, and my daughter went to college. Um, and there's just been lots of things on my to-do list and lots of unfamiliar and uncomfortable places when the routines have been changed, right? So um, I haven't really been in that big picture creative mood or space. And it's been hard for me to get out of the task oriented list following place. So this weekend I told myself I will do art, even if I don't feel like it. And you know what? Chances are when I'm done here, I'm gonna feel better. That's typically how this goes. It causes me to slow down and remember that life isn't just always about doing, and that the lists never get done. There's always something on the to-do list, and it's okay if it doesn't get done right now. Life will go on, and it can it can wait for me to take care of myself. And honestly, things get done a lot more efficiently and correctly when I'm in a better headspace to do it, when I'm more calm and courageous and confident and clear-minded. Those are all the C's, the 8 C's of internal family systems. That's how you know when you're in self energy, is when you are um, exhibiting those 8 C's and 5 P's. Let's see if I can remember them by memory. Courage, confidence, clarity, calm, um, creativity. My cheat sheet's on my phone, which is what I'm using to record this. The P's are persistence, patience, playfulness, perspective. Um, yeah, you're going to have to Google it. I can't remember all of them. Let's see, I'm going to flip this around so I can reach it better. And it goes 2 ways. So you're in self energy when you're exhibiting those characteristics, but you also know when you're being triggered, when you can't reach any of those places. So for me, if I need to pause and go inside, it's because my mind is racing and I can't keep a clear thought, or I'm feeling afraid, which is, not confident or courageous. And those are all clues that I need to slow down. So yeah, we've got lots of new routines having to get used to at our house. School starts for my son next week, so it still feels a little bit like summer break here. But sports haven't started yet, and that will cause another change too here in a week or two. And I'm just now trying to remember what my dream was from last night. I might have to go get my dream journal to refresh my memory. Those dreams, they disappear so quickly. Sometimes I'll be laying in my bed, replaying it in my mind with my eyes closed, my body still, like not moving, because I don't want to lose it by just moving. Um, and even as I'm replaying it in my mind, as I'm starting to wake up, it starts to fade. And it's like, oh, quick, grab the pen, grab the notebook, write down as much as you can before it disappears. They just go so quickly. And yes, there probably is a reason or explanation of that, but don't ask me. I don't know what that is all about, or why our memory feels like it needs to tuck that away somewhere secret. Um, Maybe it feels a little too vulnerable. Like the subconscious is like, oh shoot, they're going to remember this. We didn't want them to remember this. um, this is saved for, a different part of the brain. I do feel like there is a connection with, REM sleep. It's rapid eye movement in that sleep, and EMDR is also rapid eye movement therapy. And I just feel like there's a connection there with healing and processing and trauma and memories that we don't fully understand. Oh, shoot. There's my alarm. This is probably going to be a short video today. Um, anyway, I just feel like there's probably more to the healing power of dreams. And isn't it fascinating how eye movement plays into that, is a part of that process? And you can't control your eye movement when you're sleeping, but there it is happening. It's doing something on autopilot. Your body knows how to heal, it knows what it needs, and it just does it. And I have to remind myself of that when I get into new places that are unfamiliar and uncomfortable, and I don't know how does this work or what is this going to be like. Um, just, it's just another reminder of, what, things usually work out. It's it's probably all going to be okay. And you don't have to understand all the ins and outs of why everything works the way it does and how interconnected everything is. It's still going to work. It's still going to happen. It's still going to flow. This painting, I'm just thinking of all these little teeny tiny spots and all the color variations that go together to form the shadings and things. Um, yes, it's turning out beautifully. There are some spots that when you look up close, you think, oh, weird. That doesn't look like anything. And it's actually ugly when you look up close because it looks so, what's the word? Like non-cohesive, jumbled, messy, unorganized. And yet, when you step back and you look at the big picture, it it works. It looks nice. Nobody notices if you missed one of these little sections because they're so tiny. And in the grand scheme of things, these little things that you thought were mistakes, they're not really. It's pretty insignificant. And the whole point and reason was to have fun, right? So what if that's our whole point and reason of being? Being here, being alive, is to just have fun. And we're so concerned and worked up about the lists. Preaching to myself here. I don't know. It's just what I needed to hear. I needed to hear my own inner wisdom, I guess. Sometimes just talking it out is what's helpful. And it could be that when you turn off this video or it ends and you're still sitting there doing your thing, your art, that you need to have a little talk with yourself and ask yourself, oh, if my friend were going through what I'm going through right now, what advice would I give my friend? And just listen to your inner wisdom. I think your body knows what you need. And just like all these numbers that I keep revisiting because I missed them the first time, that's how life lessons will be. You don't see them all at first because you just can't. And then when you get a little bit further down the way, you notice something that was missing, and you think, okay, well, now's my chance. I'm going to get it this time around. I don't know how many times I've painted with number 4, and I look and scour and I look all over thinking, okay, are there any more number 4s that I want to color in now that my paintbrush is dirty with this paint color? And, you know, you miss them. And then you come back and get it later. Or you accidentally color, like I just did, a 24 instead of a 4. But you know what? It'll be okay. Okay, well, on to the next thing on the list. It was short, but it was powerful. It was good. It was what I needed to hear for myself. Hopefully, there was some benefit to you joining for this little short painting time, and it got you started. It got you um, into your craft too, hopefully. So, thanks for joining me, and we'll see you next time. Bye.